Hi everybody, Allie here with ABC Bead Supply, and I'm here today with a video tutorial for you on how to assemble all 8 of the new DIY project kits that we've loaded to the site. We have 8 new silicone focal beads that have hit the site, and so we have made a project featuring each of them so that each of the new focal beads have a project to go with them. All the supplies are available a la carte, so if you want to go to the blog, you can get a photo of the project with clickable supply lists to buy full packages, full quantity sizes of all the supplies used, or you can just opt for the DIY project kit that has just everything needed to duplicate one of the projects that's featured. So we have 3 different Beverage Charm kits. We've got I should have a warning label, the Best Teacher Ever, and Sassy Little Soul. So those are 3 fun new Beverage Charm kits. These, you just take your cup and the charms, you bead them. I'll show you doing that in just a second, but they loop around the handle of the cup and then they screw right back in place on that cable. And then you've got a fun little cup charm, and they're silicone so they can be washed, they can get wet, great for wear and tear. So there are 3 of those kits as part of this load. We also have a cookie Scribe. So this is the new patriotic cupcake, the Stars and Stripe cupcake silicone bead. And then there's a stopper on here, but to use it as a cookie Scribe, you just remove that, and then you can draw with the icing on your cookies. So this is a super fun themed one with the cupcake itself. So we've got a DIY project kit for that as well. And then we have 3 pen kits. So we've got this really fun mom one, lots of fun ombres going on. The colors in this mom bead really lended themselves well to using some elements we haven't used in a while. So the sherbet ombre pen, we've got the lemonade ombre bead, and a fun champagne rondelle crystal spacer. So some fun elements on that one to pull in the color combination from that focal bead. We've also got the sweetest little cow with a sunflower bouquet. And this pairs really nicely with the cow printed beadable pen. So we're featuring those together. And then we've got a fun Coupon Queen silicone focal bead, perfect for making your shopping lists. And we've got a crystal rondelle spacer to kind of just pull out some bling with the crown theme. And then neon pink is being used in this project. So we've got the project kits for those 3 pens, and then again the photos of each of them are on the website blog at abcbeadsupply.com, and you can get click the clickable supply links to duplicate each of those designs there. And then we also have this nice Teacher Life lanyard. Teacher Appreciation Day is coming up the beginning of May. This makes a wonderful gift. And we've got the kit available for that as well. And again, you can get the supplies individually, both this lanyard, and then we've got that Best Teacher Ever Beverage Charm as options for Teacher Appreciation Week. Memorial Day coming up in May, along with the 4th of July for this one. Obviously, we've got Mother's Day. This could easily be used as a Mother's Day gift as well. So don't forget about all of those little May holidays with Teacher Appreciation Week and Mother's Day coming up. So let's show you how to make each of these projects. We'll go ahead and we'll just start with the lantern since I have that out. I always get asked about length on lanyards, and lanyard length is a very personal preference depending on your height, bust size, with where you want that to hit on your chest. So we give, in the project kits, we give 4 feet of the satin nylon cord, and you can make that shorter if you want, but that's a good starting point. And you're going to just fold that in half, that cord length in half. And then this is one of the silver premium keychains with a swivel, and that swivel that comes attached to it is perfect for looping your satin cord through and building your lanyard on. Once you have done that, If the ends no longer line up, you just want to give them a trim so that they are the same length. And then we're just going to take a lighter and singe the ends of this satin nylon cord. And this does two things. It makes it so you're working with just one piece of cord instead of two, which is just easier to work with, but it also stiffens the end of this so that you can push the tips through your beads easily without needing a needle. This is the turquoise crackle acrylic bead. And then we've got this pink leopard bead. And then bubblegum pink chalk matte. I love the bubblegum chalk matte beads for anything that has an eraser in it. Pencils, erasers. It just looks, the finish of this just looks like eraser. It really gives the texture off nicely for that. And then we've got the Teacher Life silicone focal bead. So you've got those 4 beads on the lanyard. And then we're going to split those ends together and put on our breakaway clasps. We're going to do one on each end. And then we're just going to tie a double knot in one. You want to be sure to do a double knot. The holes in the bottom of the breakaway clasps are on the larger side. So if you only do one knot, it can pull back through. So you want to make sure you're doing a double knot on the ends of those. And then we're just going to make sure that our second knot goes at the exact same spot as the first knot so that our clasps are even. And that way you don't have an uneven lanyard. It would look okay on your neck, but you know, for example, let's say that this side was longer, it would hang like this rather than this part being at the back of your neck. It would be down here. So you just want to center it so that that's centered at the back of the neck when being worn. And there we have the Teacher Life lanyard. Super fun. These acrylic beads all mimic the patterns in the pencil nicely and really coordinate well with each other. Let's see, the cookie scribe, these are super easy. They just snap together. The cookie scribes, we do sell these individually, and they come with a safety tip on them as well as the stopper for the beads. That part you're going to take off to bead. And then we're just going to put on these 3 silicone beads. Silicone is great for the cookie scribes because it's washable. So if you get frosting or icing on the beads for some reason, it'll just wash right off. So you just put your beads on the cookie scribe. I recommend putting a tiny little dab of E6000 glue at the base of that bead before putting the stopper on, just to ensure that it doesn't come off. It's pretty snug on there and the stopper holds really well, but just a little bit of extra precaution is always good. And then you've got your cookie scribe ready to go to decorate your cookies and to spread your icing and do all of that fine detail work with. So there's that project. And then let's put together, so I already showed you how the Beverage Charm goes on the cup. So I won't do that part again, but let's just bead one of them. We have 2 different patterns. Depending on the width, this direction of your silicone bead, we have 2 different kind of patterns that generally work for the Beverage Charms. One is using 6 12mm beads, 2 abacuses and 4 lentil, and alternating 12mm lentil, 12mm abacus, 12mm lentil, and using that 12mm bead as kind of the spacer between each of the beads. If the silicone is a little bit more narrow, you need just a little bit more silicone to thread to bead on the cable. So in that case, we're going to go down from 6 12mm beads to 4 12mm beads and 2 15mm beads. So the pattern for that one is 12mm lentil, 15mm abacus, 12mm lentil. So just depending on the width here of the silicone beads is going to determine that pattern. So we've got 3 different kits right now. Let's show you this Best Teacher Ever one. And I think there's a couple more kits on the website from previous launches. If they haven't all sold out, these sell out pretty quick. I think there's 1 or 2 still available of other designs. When you're beading these, This cable portion right here that tightens, you want to make sure that it's not on the end that has the screw. You want to make sure it's on the end that has no screw and pulls over, because that screw portion is going to actually screw into that cable twist. So you just want to make sure that you've got this portion on that end. And then you can start adding your beads to the cable. So we're going to do, this is the Kelly Green 12mm silicone bead, a daffodil lintel, an orange shimmer 15mm, a fuchsia abacus, and then we'll just start that pattern over. And we've got the 12mm Kelly, daffodil lintel, and then that focal bead, best teacher ever. And then you're going to just repeat the pattern over here, starting with what that center bead was and working out. And these silicone, you need to use silicone beads when making these cables. The silicone holes look small, but they expand to what they're being beaded onto. So they will spread over that end cap perfectly fine. And then they shrink back to their normal size. So they expand to be beaded onto the cable, but then they don't fall off because they kind of just slurp back over the smaller portion of the cable. So they're really kind of, it's almost kind of like magic. So there you've got everything beaded. That's all you need to do. Again, they don't fall off. They're just on there good with the stopper. I mean, you could pull them back off, but they're not going to just fall on their own. And then you just fold, loop this around that cable and twist it to screw that in place over the handle of your cup. So we got 3 of those kits in this lineup, and then we've got 3 pens. So I'm going to just walk you through. Let's do the Coupon Queen one. And the pen kits come with a holographic bag for gifting or sewing the pen, whatever you're doing with them. Just presentation of that is really nice. So we stick one of those in with those kits. We've got a black beadable pen is the base that we're working with here. And you're just going to untwist the pen rod from the base of the pen. We're going to put on a black 8mm matte bead, and this just twists over that bottom screw. So it doesn't plop on. The hole is a little bit smaller, but it twists over. So you can screw it right onto the pen. Like that. And then we've got our Coupon Queen silicone focal bead, the neon pink lentil, crystal rondelle spacer, and the black and white resin confetti 12mm bead. I recommend putting a dab of E6000 glue on the screw rung of this before screwing it into the pen, just to ensure that the user of the pen doesn't accidentally untwist it and have the beads come off. It's in there pretty good, but always better to be safe than sorry. Since the pen does twist to release the ink, you want to just make sure that it doesn't accidentally get twisted off. So that's the assembly of the pen. We've got that Coupon Queen along with the super fun cow and mom pen as well. So 3 pens and 3 Beverage Charms, the cookie Scribe, and the teacher lanyard. So all 8 of these projects have a blog post on our website at abcbeadsupply.com with photos for duplicating each of the designs, along with supply lists and links to each of the DIY project kits as well. Thanks everybody, have a great day.